We are live on LinkedIn. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. So, hey, my name's Doug, and I am going to show you a really common challenge. And I've faced this myself coming from Facebook ads and then going over to LinkedIn ads. Now, I just want to give you a very quick refresher. As we can see in Facebook ads, we start the structure with our campaign. Then we go down in this example to our example ad set, and then we go to our various creatives. Now, I haven't got any creatives set up there. So the reason I want to show you this is to really illustrate the challenge that you're about to face in LinkedIn, but also give us some thought processes into how we can challenge it. So as a refresher, in Facebook, the way that this account structure will facilitate scaling is that in our campaign level at the top, we will use this to determine the objective of the campaign. So here, I'm doing an e-commerce campaign, so I'm going to go for conversions one there. Save changes. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And then we're going to go down, and I'm not going to look at CBO today because I CBA. Sorry, I can't help myself with the cheesy jokes. So there we go. So campaign level, I've just set obviously the auction type, the bidding type. We've set up our objective, and we've set up our CBO if we so chose to. But we're not going to. We could also set our spend limit as well. As you know, you've already seen Facebook ads. You know what to do. But then we go to Facebook ads. The ad set, and this is where the real magic happens. So we scroll down and we think, oh, got some great ideas, and then we start setting our audience up. Oh yes, all the retargeting, all of the lists that we're going to use. We're going to be super smart. We've already got our lookalikes planned. Great, cool. And that's what we're going to do with our ad sets. We're going to use our ad sets to determine kind of what the we already know what the objectives are. We're going to really use this place to identify kind of if we're going to use dynamic creatives, as we can see here, what is the budget for this particular for this ad set, and then also the targeting. Now, yes, we can do placements as well here, but I really want you to pay attention in this illustration to the targeting. Now, the reason for that is because we'll select our demographics, we'll select our targeting, and then generally what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 to 4, maybe 3 to 5 ads within that ad set, and these ads are going to be divvied up between different media types. So I've got my audience here. This is just whatever it's pulled from as an example. I've got a UK audience, 1865 plus, all genders, all demographics, interest behaviors, everyone. 45 million people. Billion? Is that? 45 million people. So obviously if we're doing e-commerce or something, we want to bring that down to sort of 20 million, that 15 to 20 million bracket. And now, what I would then normally do is I would identify that audience, and then I would get my creatives. I would have a batch of creatives that I'm going to split test against. All great, all gravy. So then when we go over to our LinkedIn, there we are. Going to move my face, down to the corner. There we go. So now when we come to our LinkedIn campaign, there's a bit of a difference in the naming convention. So whereas the campaign in Facebook ads was the top level, in LinkedIn, the campaign is going to be your ad set level. And at the top of LinkedIn is going to be campaign group. Campaign group, rather than set an objective, all you're going to do is set your name. And then all the magic, the real juicy stuff is going to happen at the campaign level, which is what we're in now. Now, you'll notice something quite unique about the naming convention. So within the campaign, which would normally be ad sets in Facebook, we're going to set our objective here, so it isn't shared across the entire campaign group. So in this example, I've gone for conversion and a lead generation. So for those that are curious, I personally find that for B2B audiences and for B2B clients, lead generation is far and away the best strategy. Really good CPL here, so definitely worth I would say leveraging it if you're not already. But then as we go down, we're going to go through our targeting just like in Facebook, but then we're going to come to this bit, choose your ad format. And this is the point where a lot of people that make the transition from Facebook to LinkedIn are going to make a big and potentially time-consuming mistake. And that is that they will identify an ad format. And then let's say in this case, I've chosen single image ad. And then they'll go to their ads to set up the ads. But what they've forgotten, and this is the really important distinction, is that unlike in the Facebook ad sets where you could just run any number of creative types, within LinkedIn ads, you are going to be restricted to one ad type, which is really, really A, frustrating, and B, going to be a bit of a challenge when you're looking to identify what creative format works best for your audience. And what that means is that rather than, as with Facebook, having one campaign and then one ad set for an audience and a targeting, and then having 3 to 4 different ad types below that to getting that 3 to 5 magic number in this one, if you want to split test, or it's not necessarily a split test, but if you wanted to test one audience and you wanted to see how a single image or a carousel or a video performs, you're going to need to create 3 separate campaigns and then compare those individually. Now, obviously, what you could do is you could go into your ad manager and then select each of the 3 campaigns, then hop over to the ad and then conduct your analysis there. But it's just a really, really time-consuming process, because it means that if you're someone like me that wants to test different ad formats, you are bound to have a minimum of 2 to 3 times the amount of campaigns that you would do in Business Manager. And it's a really, really important thing to remember when you are scaling, which is why at the campaign level now in LinkedIn, I always make sure to reference what that ad format's going to be. So then when I go and review, I can obviously see the content. So obviously you would normally have your content, your lead magnet, whatever you're promoting at the start, obviously your objective, your targeting, but then you would need to have that naming convention. So you can scroll through the list and say, okay, this is for this ebook, for this audience, and it's an image, and then this audience and this ebook, and it's a video, and then you can compare that way. So I hope that makes sense. One other little tidbit of information just before I go, particularly for those that have come from Facebook. One of the really, really good PPE campaign strategies is when you start building warm audiences from your video ads. Now, historically, you haven't been able to build an audience out of those people that have watched and consumed a video on LinkedIn, but now you can, and it's brilliant. It's getting there, but it's really, really useful, and it's just, I'm just so happy that they're doing that. So as we can see here, just a quick one there. I've gone into our target audience retargeting video, and then obviously if you had a video, they would appear there. Create a video audience, boom. Vid, say plus 75%. There we are. And how did they engage? People that watched 97% of the ad in the last 90 days. Boom. Oh, great. When we're getting progress, we're getting there. LinkedIn is picking up the pieces, but just a little extra tidbit of information. I thought you might like that. So anyway, I hope this has been useful. If it has, please comment below. Let me know if you found it useful. Let me know if there's any other challenges perhaps you've faced making that challenging journey from Facebook to LinkedIn. Now, my personal impression is LinkedIn is a bit rough and ready from the ad side of things. I think there's a lot more flexibility from Facebook, but I'm really impressed. Been speaking to some of the team at LinkedIn about their progress with it. I'm really impressed that they're listening to our feedback. So if you have questions, raise it to LinkedIn as they are really engaged with our feedback. But yeah, I hope you found this useful. I hope you found it interesting. And let me know in the comments if you have any further thoughts. I'm going to pull out there. We're going to bring us into the center. We're going to do the big tick. Right. Ta-ra, guys. Have a good time.